Hey guys, I am Uncle Bernard and this is my E3 video for 2017. Now in this one, the way I'm going to present it is I'm going to talk about the games that caught my interest first, and then at the end I'm going to have a list of every game that was mentioned in the conferences anyway. So either way, you're not missing out on content. I'm just talking about the games that caught my interest, and then at the end I'll talk briefly about the other games that didn't really catch my eye but may catch your eye. So I've got my notes here, my pieces of paper. This is 7 pages long. It's going to take me forever to go through this, so that's why I've cut it down a little bit. So I'm going to start off with EA. Now if I keep looking down at my notes, I'm sorry, but I'll have a trailer running in the corner anyway, so you can have a look at what I saw. And the first one that caught my eye was FIFA 18. Now, I know football may not be for everyone's taste, I know, but I've played every FIFA since I think FIFA 12, and I've just fallen in love with it, especially with the career that they now added, the about Alex Hunter. That really was interesting, and in FIFA 17 it felt very short. It didn't feel, it was good, don't get me wrong, it was really good, a really good career, but it sort of ended with you either, I think it was just talking about England and possibly having an England call-up or actually getting the call-up for England. I don't know, can't quite remember, I've not played it in a while. But in this one they showed a trailer of what's going to happen with Alex Hunter in FIFA 18. And it does seem like it goes on to have more success and probably will have a couple of roadblocks in the way. But yeah, it looks really interesting. The next one, again with EA, was a game called A Way Out. And in this one, it was from the maker of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. For those of you who remember that, I did actually play it on the channel at the very start, but that was actually around the time that my first channel got terminated, which was a very difficult experience. But in this one, it's about two people who have to try and break out of prison and then go out on an adventure on their separate stories, but they're together. But the good thing about this game is it's co-op, so it's co-op in terms of you've got to be in the same room. It does have online, but it's recommended to more play it together. Oh no, it's on the split screen co-op only apparently, according to what I've written down. But each character has a unique personality, obviously, and basically what it means is because they have two different personalities and two different stories, the situations will be different depending on which character you use. So one character will react to a situation one way and the other one will react another way. It's a pretty good story, I actually like it. It's coming out in early 2018. For FIFA there was no release date that I saw. I'm sorry if there was, but I never saw one. So if there is one, just let me know down in the comments. And this is the one I really looked forward to the most when I saw EA, and that was Star Wars Battlefront 2. In this one, it actually does have a story mode this time. It's not just not a multiplayer game with just different game modes. And in this game, it's actually no. Before I continue that, there's a trailer already out for it. I think there was one a bit earlier where it showed a bit of the story mode. I'll try and link to it in the description if I can. If not, I'm sorry. But it bridges the gap between Return of the Jedi and A New Hope, and it'll have all three eras in the game as well, so you'll be able to control pretty much every race. Every race. You can control the clones, the Empire, the Rebels, and the Separatists. There's different ranks. Different ranks change the gameplay. So basically, each rank will have a different ability for depends on what you need. So you can control commandos. And stuff like that. Tried to think, I couldn't think of anything. A new thing they've introduced is a thing called battle points. So you know in the original Battlefront, where you picked up tokens on the battlefield and that gave you an ability. You can control vehicles. You can have heroes. In this one, rather than having that, they have battle points. So you kill, you earn points, and you can spend points to get different things. You can get vehicles, heroes, stuff like that. It just basically means that it makes it more competitive in a sense. You know, you really want to earn those points to get the tank and stuff like that. Apparently, they're going to offer free multiplayer content with the game eventually, and you get even more with the pre-order. So that's quite interesting. I'm actually quite looking forward to that. So the next game to be announced was Battlefield 1, called In the Name of the Tsar. And this one, it offers lots of new features for you. It offers new maps. There's 8 new maps coming to the game. You can control. You get to control the Russian army as well. You can join forces with them and do their story. There's new weapons available, new game modes, new operations. There's lots of new stuff in this one. The next one, and this was the most cringy of them all, Need for Speed Payback. Now, the reason why it was cringy was because EA tried to make themselves look a little bit cooler, so they had YouTubers come in to present some of the games. And in this one, they had Jesse Wellens, and my God, he looked like he had no idea what the hell he was saying. But nonetheless, it offered. It looks completely different to the previous game. I don't know if it has multiplayer. They didn't really talk about that. They talked more about a little story mission, so it does have a story in a sense, where you can customize your cars. You can do relic transformations, so you can have the old cars like Beetles and stuff like that, and customize them into supercars. That sounds pretty cool. And according to the game, it has a gang called The House, and they showed a trailer for a highway heist where they got a car out of the back of a van. The only downside I saw to it was the damage looked really, really unrealistic. You know, like you could just tap a car and automatically they just explode. It looked like that anyway from the trailer. That could just be me looking at it into it a bit too much. The next one was NBA 2018, where it had a first look. There's a free demo of it in August. All your progress in the previous games apparently carries over. I don't know if that's true. And also you have to earn respect on the streets in order to earn respect in the league. So you have to try and play games on the outside of playing in the league in order to earn respect in the league. NBA is not my type of game. I've never played an NBA game. Actually, no, I have. I think it was NBA 16, if I remember correctly. Just to have a look, see what it was like, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. Just me, of course. Nothing wrong with the game, it's just I don't really like basketball myself. So the next one is Xbox. Now, this is going to be quite difficult. Hang on, I've got these in the wrong order, hang on. But the reason why it's going to be a little bit more difficult is because it's going to be quite techy, and me, I'm not particularly tech savvy in terms of like parts and stuff like that. So you guys will have to interpret it as you will. Yeah, I'll say it anyway, and I'll see how it goes. This one, Xbox revealed a new console called the Xbox One X. It's going to be released on the 7th of November, and I'm going to go through all the parts yourself, and you guys have to research it yourself. So I'm going to start with power first. You can watch the trailer. I'll try and have something going on in the background for you, so you can have a look at it. It's going to have a 6 teraflop GPU clocked at 1.172 GHz, 12 gigabytes of GDDRS memory, 32 gigabytes of memory bandwidth, true 4K, 8 million plus pixels, HDR, wide color gamut, premium Dolby Atmos sound, 4K UHD Blu-ray playback. That's the power, and some, and it's going to have a Blu-ray player as well, so you can watch all your DVDs on your Xbox. Compatibility, all the Xbox games and accessories will work on Xbox One X. All games will look better and play better, enhanced visual fidelity, isotropic filtering, faster load times. Games will also look better in 1080p, so if you don't have a 4K TV, doesn't matter, they're going to make the 1080p look even better, so you won't miss out on that. So now here's where things are going to get quite difficult, not because it's techy, but because my handwriting's absolute shit and I wrote this pretty quick. So it's going to have, the processor is going to have a 16 nanometer tech, 16, so it's my handwriting, I do apologise. A 16 nanometer tech, 360 SP millimeter chip, 7 billion transistors, 384-bit wide memory bus, liquid cooling, vapor chamber, optimized power management, and it's the smallest Xbox ever, apparently, according to them. Don't know how much of that is true, but considering that the S is meant to be even smaller, imagine how small the Xbox One XS. That's difficult to say. But imagine that. Imagine how small it's going to be when they eventually release that. Which is it's going to happen, isn't it? They always do it. They always release an S version of it. So, yeah. So that's it for the Xbox One X. If you go on the website, they'll have even more detail on it. But I don't trust the website only because that's them trying to push it out. So I just wanted to get the tech itself. But I would recommend getting it as far as how good the console is. So these are going to be the games that caught my eye, and the one that actually caught my eye first, and it's a game I've never played before, but it's Metro Exodus, which is going to be released in 2018. No month was announced, to my knowledge. And they showed a trailer for it, and it did look actually really, really good. But I've never played a Metro game, so I don't know how it compares to the other games. But it does look pretty. It does look pretty good. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry if you guys can hear that. I think a street cleaner's going up and cleaning the streets, so I'll carry on nonetheless. Now the next one, and this is one that actually I was really looking forward to, was Assassin's Creed Origins. Now this is set in Egypt. The main protagonist is a guy called Bayek, who's apparently a last magi, protector of his community, and it's apparently, from what I could tell, I don't know if this is exactly true, but apparently it's the birthplace of the Assassins. Now, from what they were playing up to it, it did sort of sound like it was at least sort of where the idea of the Assassins came from, but not necessarily the birthplace. I don't exactly know, but that's what I've managed to catch so far. And this is being released on October 27th, so this is before the Xbox One X will be released. The next one is State of Decay 2. Now, if you guys remember the original State of Decay, it was actually a pretty good game. I never got that far in it, only because I could never quite play the game properly. I never could quite figure it out. But in this one, it's sort of taken the dynamic of the original State and altered it slightly. So rather than you just automatically having a base already, like you just go to a place at a natural base and then you only switch after a certain point, apparently you can choose where you want to go. In the trailer they chose this, what looked like the exact same church as in State of Decay 1. So it is possible that maybe the story is that comes after State of Decay 1 in terms of the game timeline. And maybe they come across maybe the people that were originally there, I don't know. Or maybe it just so happens that, or maybe it's before the original one and then it just sort of carries on through and original State of Decay. Don't know. But it's looking pretty good. I'm actually going to get that one. Okay, here we are. So the next one is Middle-earth, Shadow of War. If you guys remember, if you played the original Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, I think that was his name. That was I played it and I couldn't quite get into it. Not because of the game itself. Well, actually, it was sort of the game itself, but it was also just me. I couldn't play it because it didn't play to my type of style. I'm the type of person that won't run away from combat. I will just keep beating and beating and beating until eventually I die. That's my type of game style. But yeah, it actually looks pretty good. Apparently it's expanded on the original one, according to them, of course. They'd probably say that anyway. And it's been released on October 10th, 2017. And in the game, rather than you killing generals and then fighting, I'm assuming Sauron. I never completed the game, so I don't know. But in this one, you build up an army and you invade fortresses. It actually looks pretty interesting, and I'm certainly going to be getting it and having a go at it. But what's next? How did I miss this one? Now this is one they kept quite hidden. I never actually heard any if they were going to announce it. But Life is Strange 2. My camera's higher than a 4, that's why I'm a little bit off. But this one seems to go back to the past where you control Chloe rather than Max. At least from the gameplay perspective. And they found Rachel, apparently. You actually find out how Rachel disappeared, or at least you find out what happened before Life is Strange. The first episode is going to be called Before the Storm, and it's been released on August the 31st, and it's available for pre-order now, which is going to be quite interesting, and I'm certainly going to be getting it. Excuse me, sorry, I'm disgusting today. So, let's go through all the games that was announced. Forza 7, it's going to run at native 4K at solid 60 FPS. They've made the game more realistic and has a living environment, so basically the environment changes. This has been released on October 3rd of this year, which is going to be very good. I played Forza. I can't remember which one I played, but it was an old one anyway, long before these ones came out. Apparently, the creator of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is going to be coming to Xbox in late 2017. No month was announced. But yeah, if you've not played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, it's a game where you verse 100 people and you fight to try and make it to the end and be the last player surviving. It's actually pretty good from what I've seen. I've never played it myself, but it actually does look pretty good. Okay, the next game is Deep Rock Galactic. It was released by Ghost Ship Games, and it appears to be a mining game with monsters and guns. What's not to love? What's not to love, eh? That's all they really showed, to be fair. Sorry, I'm disgusting. I've got hay fever. Next one is an online multiplayer game called The Darwin Project. Now, if I remember correctly, it was the one where they showed gameplay. It actually did look pretty good. It's not my type of game, but it does look pretty cool. Now, everyone, who's a fan of Minecraft? Who's a fan of Minecraft? Apparently they're actually releasing a lot of new stuff for Minecraft currently. They're releasing a Minecraft community marketplace, massive servers, crossplay, so you can play across any console and PC, I'm presuming. Player-made skins, textures, maps, community-run servers. This has been released in fall 2011, and it will release a 4K update. And the pack will be called the Super Duper Graphics Pack. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case, but I really hope they call it the Super Duper Graphics Pack, because that would be amazing. Next one is Dragon Ball Z Fighter, and it will offer 3v3 clashes and will be released in early 2018. I've never played any Dragon Ball Z game before. I don't know if that's blasphemy, because I feel like everyone's played a Dragon Ball Z game at some point, but I never have. Just not my type of game. But it reminds me a lot of Tekken. And Tekken is the game that I've not played yet, but I am going to play it. So, yeah. Next one is another massively multiplayer online role-playing game being released in early 2018 called Black Desert. And they showed some game footage of it, and again, it looked pretty good, in fact. But again, multiplayer games, not my type of thing. But obviously, that's just me. So next one is The Last Night, which is pixelated, so it's like looks very, very, very old school. But it did actually catch my eye in a bit of a sense. But no release date was announced for it, so it could be well before that's released. But it looked pretty strange. It's all combined the future with the past graphics, but future game. It actually looked pretty good. Next one is called The Artful Escape, and quote unquote, it's coming when it's damn ready. Not in that sense, you dirty-minded people, the release date. So again, nothing was announced for it, so again, could be any time. Now this one I can't quite read my writing, but I think it's called Code Velch, or Code Vile, Veil, any one of those. I'll put the name up on the actual screen. It's coming in 2018, and they showed a bit of a trailer for it. Nothing much to say on that. Next one is Sea of Thieves. Now this is a pirate game, and it looked pretty cool. It showed a bit of gameplay and will be released in early 2018, so it's a little bit far off yet, but still, it looks pretty cool. Next one is called Tacoma, and it's been released on August 2nd, and it showed a bit of a trailer for it, and it's available for pre-order now if you're interested. I'll put the trailer up. All these will be linked in the description, by the way. I'll put every trailer link in the description anyway, so if you want to watch it, you can. Just add more work to me, but I want to try and make a good video for this. So, now this one is a little, very, very, very kiddie game, which is called Super Lucky's Tale. Being released on November 7th, I should say, of 2017. It's a bit of a trailer. It's a very kiddie game. Sort of reminded me of Sonic and Crash Bandicoot. In a little bit of a sense, but it's very, very kid-like. So if you're a kid, could be your game. Next one is called Cuphead, being released on September 29th, and it reminded me of a very old 1950s commercial combined with a little bit of a kids program. And it's available for pre-order now. Don't really know what it's about. Didn't really say much, to be fair. So anyone's guess as to what it's about. Next one is Crackdown 3. Showed a bit of a trailer for that. Don't know if it's multiplayer. Sort of looked like a multiplayer game to me, but again, I could be wrong. And it's been released on November 7th. All these games have been released on November 7th. Still, could be a busy day for all of us with these types of games. Now this one, this sort of played a whole trailer of a load of different games, and I had to pause it. On the stream, I was actually 20 minutes behind, because I had to write down all these games. So there were no trailer for it, but I'll link to the, if I find a video for it, I'll link that. But the games are Osiris New Dawn, Raiders of the Broken Planet, Unruly Heroes, Path of Exile, Bottle Right, Surviving Mars, Fable Fortune, Observer, Robocraft, Infinity, Dunk Lords, Robocraft Infinity, Dunk Lords, Minion Masters, Force to Duel, Brawlout, Ooblets, Dark and Light, Storage, Strange Brigade, should say, Riverbond, Hello Neighbour, Shift, Conan Exiles. Sorry, it's my writing. So those are all the games that have been released, but no date was announced for them, strangely to what I could see. But anyway, I'll move on. Next one is called Ashen. They showed a trailer for that, where it seems like you're fighting the darkness. It's not called the darkness to my knowledge, but it seems to refer to the darkness a lot. So that could be what it's about. That's it for that one. Next one is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. If you remember Ori and the Blind Forest, this is the sequel. It was a very, very, very sad trailer for the game, where they sort of and it ended with two what looked like owls or eagles, skeletons crying, or looked like they were crying, but it was raining. So hey, if that's how it's going to end, it looks like a pretty good game, in fact. But from what I heard, it was very kid-like, so it may not be for me, but maybe for you guys. You can have tried it. Next one, it's not a game, but they did announce something huge, where the Xbox Originals, if you guys remember the original Xbox, those will be coming to backwards compatibility. More will be announced in later in the year, but they will offer 4K enhancements to Gears of War 4, Forza Horizon 3, Killer Instinct, Halo Wars 2, Minecraft, and the updates will be free. So this is actually more of a tech update more than it was actual game announcement, but they did announce a lot of games. It was the longest stream by far. And another game, the final game, and it's a game I'm sort of torn on, is Anthem. It's a multiplayer online game. They released a trailer for it. It's an EA game as well, and I don't know if it was announced on EA. I don't think it was, but it will be released in 2018. Again, no date was announced. So that's it for Xbox. Oh god, I'm running out of breath to try and talk all these, but hey, I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing this for you. So Ubisoft. Okay, so next one was Bethesda. I think this is in order, but I'm pretty sure it's in order. So there wasn't actually a lot announced at Bethesda. It was actually kind of short. It was short but sweet. The first thing they started off with was VR titles that will be released this year is Doom and Fallout. They'll be coming to VR. They look quite interesting, really. Doom was kind of a strange one. Even though it looked awesome in VR, being able to see guts flying all over the place, it looked pretty strange. Fallout kind of looked pretty good in the Fallout in VR, in my opinion. Now, if you've not heard about this, I'd be very surprised. But Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind update is out now. They showed a trailer for it, but it's already out. It's ready for purchase now. Next game will also be coming to Nintendo Switch as well. So if you've got a Switch, maybe that'll make, or if you've not got a Switch, maybe this will convince you to purchase one, Bernard. I was meaning the word, not actually go and buy one. I probably won't buy one myself yet. The only time I'll actually consider purchasing one is if they release a Pokemon game for it, because I'm obsessed with Pokemon. Next one is a DLC for Dishonored 2 called Death of the Outsider, and that's been released on the 15th of the 9th, 2017. So this one is Quake, where they're doing a tournament called Quake Champions, and it's currently in its beta. So if you want to come play that, you can go on. I think the beta is available now, but obviously it's not for me because I never played Quake before. Next one is Evil Within 2, where they showed a trailer for that. If you played Evil Within 1, you'll remember it sort of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, where you wake up from the I can't remember what it's called, but you wake up from something. I never played Evil Within, but who knows, I may play it myself. I'm going to sneeze again. No, I'm not. Anyway, so next one, and it'll be released on October 13th, 2017. So that'd be kind of interesting. I don't know why I'm reading out all the games now, but honestly, they're quite short, so I may as well just read them all out now. Next one is Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. It's a continuation of Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, or is it New Order? Can't remember. One of those games was after that one, before this one. So this has been released on October 27th, 2017, where they bring back that weird Nazi lady that you I can't remember what happened to her, but I think you either threw her off a cliff or she died. She died at some point, but she's been brought back. So that's it for Bethesda. Kind of short, but short but sweet. It had a lot of big game announcements. Alright, that's PlayStation, right. So again, these are quite short. They probably won't take me long to film. So this one is Ubisoft, where they released, and I shit you not, Mario and Rabid Rabbids. You guys know what Rabid Rabbids is? It's Rabbids, where they have a lot of personality. It's called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and they showed a bit of gameplay footage, and it sort of reminded me of XCOM. You had the sort of battle style or combat style of XCOM, where you could pick a position for a person to go. And I'm not entirely sure what the story is for it. I'm presuming it's we'll probably have an overarching enemy, I'm guessing, at some point. And they also showed a trailer for the Assassin's Creed Origins. Not much to say on that one, I've already talked about it, but I'll carry on from that one. Next one is The Crew 2. You guys remember that car game called The Crew? They showed a trailer and game footage and will be released in early 2018. Next one is South Park The Fractured Butthole. And they showed a trailer for that one. It looked really, really good. I've wanted this game for a while, and it will be released on October 17th of this year. Next one is a game called Transference, and it sort of looked like it should be a VR game in my opinion, because it kind of looked cool as a VR opinion, but not much was said about. Oh, it is VR. Duh. It's been released in spring of 2018. I didn't even read ahead of my notes. I should have read ahead of my notes. Next one is an online game called Skull and Bones. It's a pirate game, and it's a game where you have to go around and you have like objectives, but it's very much like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's similar to that. You have sea shanties and everything, and it's been released in fall of 2018, so it's quite far off yet, but it's going to be good to look forward to. Now next one, is Just Dance 2018. It's been released in October. No date was announced for that one, but they didn't really talk about it. None of these games actually talked about it. It was like, oh no, that was PlayStation. Cut that out. But in Just Dance, it's kind of funny. They just had a woman come on and sing and dance for a bit, and then said, just to announce, Just Dance 2018 is been released in October, bye, and then just fucked off. It's like, you don't want to talk about the game more? Maybe what songs are going to be available on it? You know? No, okay. That's it then. Next one is South Park Mobile. It seems like every game's come into a car game now. And the type of features announced is cowboys and Indians, wizards and stuff like that. There's many more categories as well from what I could tell. And it's called South Park Phone Destroyer. And it's been released in 2017, so probably quite late on in 2017 probably. I don't know if they actually released a date for it. I was too busy trying to keep up to actually write it all down. But hey, I'll move on. Sorry, I'm being disgusting. Next one is Starlink Battle for Atlas, and it's been released in fall 2018. Not much to say about that one. Next one is Steep. You know that skiing game, that snow game where you go down mountains on skis and snowboards. They're releasing an expansion for that where they showed a bit of game footage, and it appeared to be it's the Olympics expansion, so you can represent different countries. Next one is Far Cry 5, where they showed gameplay. No, I've not played Far Cry in a while. I did play Far Cry 4. Wasn't my type of game. I couldn't quite get into it, but again, that's just me. And this one apparently has been waiting for a long time. Apparently, this has been 15 years waiting for, and if that's the case, I was only 5 when the first version of this game was released. So that makes me appear really, 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 really young. Is Beyond Good and Evil 2. I showed a trailer for that, and according to my friends who've played that one, apparently it's very different to Beyond Good and Evil 1. But obviously, I don't know much about that because I never actually played the game myself. So I'm stretching. Oh, okay. Finally, PlayStation. Now this one, they released some games on the pre-show, but I didn't watch the pre-show. I only caught the end of it, and this one is Tropico 6 2018. Been released in 2018, not Tropico 6 2018. Undertale 2 is coming to PlayStation. Is there an Undertale 2, or is it Undertale's coming to PlayStation? I've scribbled it out, but I don't know if this is actually the case. Either way, Undertale's coming to PlayStation. Looking forward to that. Next one is Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni 2. Being released on November 10th. Don't know much about it. I can't say much about it. It was on the pre-show. I only caught the end. Next one is Uncharted, the last... Yeah, the last Uncharted: The Last Legacy. I'll put a picture up for you because I can't quite read my own handwriting. It's going to be the new Uncharted game, and it appears like the enemy of the previous game is. Oh, is that Far Cry? That's Far Cry. No, it's not. Either way, Uncharted's Lost Legacy is coming to PlayStation. Next one is Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds. I think this is a DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played Horizon Zero Dawn. Not my type of game. Again, but it's going to be a DLC for that, so if you like that game, there's a new DLC coming for it. Next one is Days Gone. That's all I've got written down. All I've got written down is Days Gone. I'll put a trailer up for that one. The next one is Monster Hunter World, being released in early 2018. Me and my friends had a huge laugh about this one. We were more making fun of the game because there was a part in it where you were walking next to a monster and he put a camera over the top of him. And for some reason, the monster didn't see him. Walking right next to him, had a giant sword on his back made of his fucking brethren. Didn't see him. Couldn't smell him. Probably need to sort that out a bit. But yeah. Next one is they're doing a remake of Shadow of the Colossus. And it is a game that apparently I've heard is amazing, where you verse Colossus and you have to beat them. Looks pretty interesting. I'll probably play it myself as a sort of side game maybe. Now this one is Marvel vs. Capcom. It always seems like they do these versus games, don't they? Like Marvel and DC, Marvel vs. DC, stuff like that. This will be released on September the 19th, but not pretty cool. It had, Thanos, he's in it. If I remember, he was the villain that he killed in the Telltale game version. It looked pretty cool. I'm actually quite looking forward to that one for some reason. Next one is COD World War 2, being released on November the 3rd. Showed a trailer for that. Pretty standard for a COD game. You know, war mainly. And we can all guarantee there'll be zombies in it. There's got to be zombies in it. It's COD. Next one is Skyrim's coming to VR, PlayStation VR. It did look a little bit off. The sort of motion of it looked a bit strange. You know, the arrow seemed to be like over here. You know, like you're holding it like all the way over there. But still look pretty cool. They'll probably sort that out. It is pretty early on, but no release date was announced for it. The downside for this one is there wasn't any talking about the games. They didn't advertise the games. They just showed the gameplay like all the way through. And the this guy, I can't remember his name. He only came out like twice. But yeah, God of War coming in early 2018. I did miss this one only because my internet cut off, so I couldn't watch it. That's all I caught for it. Next one is Detroit Become Human. If you guys remember, what's it called? Beyond Two Souls and the other one for that one. This is a sequel where it's humans. There's like a whole war going on between humans and androids. Looks very interesting. I'll be playing it myself. Next one is Destiny 2 coming September the 6th. Now I didn't like Destiny 1. I found it a little bit too... I can't remember. It was a bit underwhelming for me. It was very much played up and then it was very underwhelming. Sort of like No Man's Sky. And this last one, apparently this is it's out of the 150... I think it's the 156th remake of this game, of this franchise. I think it's that number anyway. According to my friend, it's that number. Spider-Man, again, coming 2018. But yeah, it actually looked pretty cool. They've fixed a lot of the bugs that were in the game. So like, apparently it was kind of it looked pretty strange when you like used your web. You know, like it actually sticks to buildings now. But yeah, that's it, and that's E3 2017 in a nutshell. Yeah, God, I'm out of breath. Jesus. So I don't know how I'm going to edit this together. I'll probably have the trailers playing for a little bit, and I'll link all the trailers into the description below if you want to go. I'll have the names beside them as well, so you don't have to just click on random links. It's going to create a lot of work for me, but it's worth it for you guys. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you at the next E3 in 2018. Bye guys. Or I'll see you in the next video if you watch my channel.